It's been a long Sunday night. It was slow to begin with. In the first couple hours, I had a couple trips, and then I was sitting in one place for quite some time, and then I received a call, and I was just looking up the address. What is this thing saying? 35 no. I think I might as well just book off right now because I've had enough. Then my regular customer called, and she wanted to go somewhere, go do something and go back after picking up a friend of hers. Well, we picked up the friend and we went and did the things that were to be done, and she said, I'll transfer you some money. Okay. She says, I'm transferring you 15. I said, yeah, but the fare is like 59. And she says, well, I should be getting a check real soon. And I'm thinking, oh no, why didn't you tell me you didn't have all the money? This is not one way to pay me off. This is a way to get further deep into debt. She says, oh, but we should be getting government relief real soon. Oh yeah? Wonderful. Government relief. Well, whatever. Then at one point, the dispatcher sent me way up into Gordon Head, which was quite a distance from where I usually work. And so I get there, and there's all these police lights flashing all over the place. And I stop, and then I get the policewoman ushers some boy to the car, and the boy couldn't have been more than 18 or 19 years old. Scrawny kid. And she asks him, so you sure you have some money? He says, oh yeah, I do. And she tells me where he's going, and I say, okay, fine. We get there, he tries to pay with a card. It's not the right kind of card for paying for a taxi. And another card he tries, and a third card, and I say, these are all no good. She says, oh, really? And he says, I guess I'll have to walk home. I said, no, I'm going to take you all the way. He wanted to be let off on a side street kind of thing, not exactly where he was going. I said, we'll go to your address, and hopefully you can find some money there, or wake up somebody to pay me. I didn't think that waking somebody up was popular with him. So I waited outside for a while, quite a while, and then I called our dispatcher. I said, hey, is there any way to get in touch with that police woman who put this kid in my car? He went into the house 10 minutes ago, and he hasn't come out to pay yet. And he says, oh, I feel bad about that. I said, you do? He says, yeah, because I overrode the system to give you that trip. I said, really? He said, yeah, and there were certain trips that you should have got, but you didn't get because the system is broken. The only way to make sure you get a trip is to have somebody manually give you one, like I gave you that one, or to bid on the trip. Now, I don't like bidding on trips. I don't like working that way. I'm going to wait till it's my turn and take my call and do it. That's that. That's how I like to work. I don't like to be vigilantly watching the screen to see if anything pops up or not. Anyway, the kid ended up paying. And then the most of the morning was real quiet. I waited and waited and waited, and I had 4 trips in the last hour. So I ended up doing just over 200. I'm at the bank now, so I'm going to make a deposit. And I'll be back tomorrow. This Monday night was the second night of the dispatch system being broken, where I'd have to bid on jobs as they came up. And I don't like working that way, because you gotta always be alert and you gotta be like right there. Anyway, I missed out on quite a few trips. And there's something else going on, because some of those trips that I did bid on, they were no loads. I mean, I got there and there was nobody there. And nobody answered the phone. It wasn't very good. I think there was something going on. I think drivers would see the trip and answer it, but then give it back. Give it back to the system and take the customer. And then the trip would still be in the system, and it would give the trip to me after the guy had already picked up. Because some of them were pretty old. Some of them were not that fresh. Anyway, it looked like something wasn't right there. The time is now 4:56. Oh, there's a trip in 85. Should I go for it? I might go for it. Is it going to give it to me or not? I bid on it. Now there's one in 72. That's going the other way. I'm heading towards the car wash. I'm heading towards the car wash that has enough hooks for all my mats. That's what I'm heading for. And when I get to that car wash that has enough hooks for my mats, I will hang up my mats. All 4 of them. And then I'm going to wash and rinse the car and the mats. The mats are in the trunk right now. I just vacuumed the car out because there's a car wash that has a cheap vacuum, but that car wash does not have enough mats, enough hooks to hang up the mats. And I like to hang up all my mats while I spray them with the mat sprayer. Anyway, this night I did about 190. It was not very good by virtue of the fact that the system was down, or the automatic assign system was down. I had a few good trips in there, but not enough of them. It's trying to get me to bid on the 72 job. The 72 job is way back there somewhere. And I'm not heading in that direction. Too bad. I'm gonna wash the car. I'm gonna wash it, and I'm gonna detail it, and I'm gonna go park it. Because after that, I have chiropractor appointment like I usually do on Tuesday mornings. I'm going to have my lower back stretched, or decompressed, as they like to call it. Yeah. I think that's all for tonight, or this morning. I started an hour late, and I'm going to finish an hour early. I did a lot of waiting in between. Time is 6:37, and the only reason it's 6:37 is because I fell asleep and at 6:02 accepted a call. Then I realized that some people were real slobs and I had to clean the car. So now it's 6:37, but what a difference it makes when the dispatch system works properly. Instead of a $200 night like I had the last 2 nights in a row, I had a $300 night because I got all the trips that I was supposed to get. Instead of having to sit there and hunt for the call when it came up and strike when the call was there. It made me think of a movie I saw a long time ago about this Inuit guy who was hunting seals, and he would wait at the hole where the seal would come and take a breath, and I think he had a hair something to show when the seal would come up for a breath of air, and when the hair moved, that was when he had to stab it with his harpoon or spear or whatever he used. Don't forget, it's been about 40 something years since I saw that film. I think I was in high school when I saw that film of the Inuit hunting the seals, and he would wait for hours and sit and stare and sit and stare and wait and wait and wait and wait, and then when the seal would take a breath, zoom, he would come in with his spear. And I felt like him last night and the night before, and of course I didn't have that much success, but tonight I had some good trips and some long trips. Not that many. After midnight it slowed down considerably, and I did have a couple of no loads. At one point there was a call that was over half an hour old, and of course the person who called was long gone. So now I just come out of the car wash and I'm heading towards the bank to make a deposit because I made some money. And then after the bank deposit I will go fuel up. And then after fueling up I will go home and fix me something to eat and relax and have a couple drinks and go to sleep. That's the plan. Okay, 2 more nights to go this week. 2 more nights of the year. Last summer I had a customer in my cab, and he had inherited a house from an old guy who he helped with certain things. And when the old guy died, left the house to this customer of mine. He left him safety deposits full of money and bank accounts and the house, and a booze collection of rare, I think it was cognacs and things. It's giving me a trip. I wanted to tell the story. Oh yeah. I'll get back to this. Yeah, so this guy inherited this great big house and lots of money and stuff. And now he's telling me he wants to go downtown to pick up some things for a friend who's staying with him in this house that he inherited. And so we're heading downtown, and he says, "This is terrible weather, isn't it?" I said, "Yeah, it's rainy and dreary, and I'd prefer snow because it's bright and cheerful, and this is just depressing." And he says, well, you know, I'm from Newfoundland, and in Newfoundland it's, you know, you're waist deep in snow this time of year. And yeah, I miss it too. I hate this weather. I said, great, okay, so we're on the same page here. And I don't know where he got to start talking about this, but it turns out that he's terminal. He's dying. He was having trouble breathing, and he got in an ambulance, and they took him to the hospital, where the doctors said that you don't have long to live. Apparently he has a hereditary disease that his grandfather had and died at 46, at age 46. And his father had it too, died at age 53. And this guy is supposed to turn 50 on the 15th of January. So he has 2 weeks till his birthday. And when he was in the hospital, they told him, the doctor told him, you can have unprotected sex with all the prostitutes in town, and it won't matter because you're not going to make it till next year. And that was 2 weeks ago he was told this. And you can do anything you want. You can drink whatever you want. You can take whatever pills you want. You can get into any drugs you want. It doesn't matter because you're not going to live long. But you know, this guy had an incredible sense of humor. He said stuff like, you know, I've had enough with this COVID. I can die now. And it's you guys who are going to have to put up with it, and I won't. And I'm going, well, that's great. And so he wanted to go to McDonald's and get all kinds of terrible food. He said, I haven't eaten in 2 days. I want to have some terrible food. So he ordered 3 Big Macs and a large supersized Coke and a great big thing of fries, which is total poison. Especially to me, since I lived off it for so many years, and it's probably the cause of why I'm diabetic today. Anyway, I told him about my diabetes, which is peanuts compared to what he's going through. He says, yeah, my lungs are 3/4 necrotic. I got these great big blood clots all over my body. I got a 6-inch blood clot in my leg. I'm ready to kick off. My heart is like a spring, and it's unwinding itself. And when it unwinds completely, I won't even have a heart attack. My heart will just stop. And I'm going, wow. He says, I got a friend out in Sydney who's inviting me to go visit him. But I don't want to go visit him because I don't want to die in his house. I want to die at home. And that's why I checked myself out of palliative care. And that's the end of that. I said, well, I hope you have a good night. He said, yeah, here. So the fare was $29. He gave me $100. So what he was telling me wasn't any guff. This was real. This guy's dying. I probably will never see him again, because I saw him last summer, the first time I had him in the car, and I saw him again tonight, the second to last night of the year. I got 7 hours to go tonight. It's 11:05. At around 6, I'll tell you what happened the rest of the night. The time is now 6:04 in the morning. I'm just pulling out of the gas station. I did a grand total of $360. The morning was slower than the evening, naturally, but I had some good trips in there. So yeah, $360. can't complain. And I only used $13 worth of fuel too. That's all right. Yeah, it's been a good one. And what put it over the top was that $70 tip from that guy who's dying. My regular customer wanted me to go pick her up about 3 hours ago. So she asked me, what's up? And I said, just sitting, waiting. And she says, when you get a chance, can you run me over to here and there and na 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 na? And just then I got a call. And that call took me out to the Western Communities and back for $50. And while I was going out there, I heard my phone make a noise. It was her messaging me again. And when I got back, when I dropped those people off, it said, okay, so when can you come? And I never answered that because she wants me to front her the fare because she doesn't have any money. And I think she realized that. I'm not going anywhere if she doesn't have the money. And she pulled a trick on me the other night. Did I tell you that? Where she went for a $60 ride but only gave me $15 because that's all she had. And I said, you didn't tell me that. You said you had money. Well, I didn't. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, one more night to go this week and this year. One more night to go. I wonder what it's going to be like. Because this is unprecedented. We've never had a New Year's where everything closed at 10 o'clock at night. Well, we just had New Year's with COVID. Happy New Year, everyone. My first trip was a $35 trip. It went out to Langford. I was in the Western Community for about 4 trips. And then I got sent to one which was far away from where I was. And when I got there, I phoned the number, or I phoned up the customer, and she said, he already got a cab. Really? Apparently he already got a cab. So that made me quite angry. I did not enjoy that at all. And I tried my best to get away from the Western Communities. I got back into town and did a short trip, got another call, and they went out to the Western Communities. I couldn't get away to save my life. Anyway, I was busy for most of the night. I didn't get any real breaks. I think the longest break I had was 5 minutes sitting in a parking lot. And that was it. That was all. The time is now 5:52 in the morning, and I have made $510. Fuel should cost me maybe $20-25, and about $20 of the Interacts from that. So 25 and 20, that's 45. So 510 minus 45 would make about, you know what? I will gladly reject this trip. I have had enough. I am logging out. I am done. Officially done. I'm not working beyond 6 o'clock. I am not working anymore. I've had enough. As I was figuring out I made $465 clear profit tonight because I had most of my leases paid already. I had most of my lease for the week paid already with Interacts from previous nights. I have over $300 worth of Interacts from tonight. So anyway, $465 clear profit. Thank you very much. That's what I needed. I could just put that in the bank, or I could get me a nice bottle. Yeah. And I had my eye on a bottle or two from the Victoria Caledonian Distillery, which is the nearest distillery to where I live. And they had some inaugural batches. I got 2 of them about a month ago, and I would like to get the other ones that I can get my hands on. Yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, I worked hard. Yeah, you know, it's just like that. I'm going to enjoy my weekend a lot. Hope yours is better than mine.